kind of obvious when it comes to the 4 new weapons which one you have to try first. A new melee weapon that's based on a fan. They've literally named it Razor Sharp Warfan. It's called Gunsen, but Razor Sharp Warfans. Mastery rank 10. Pretty nice attack speed. Okay crit. Really good status. 4 impact, 6 puncture, and 40 slash. Definitely a slash based weapon. With this, however, it seems to be more about it's got its own stance. This is the first of a new weapon variant, which means there could be more of these that come. But the first one, the stance drops from ghouls in the plains. So you have to do those missions to get the stance for this. And to be fair, this could be a really good weapon. Possibly. Reason for the possibly isn't because it's a new weapon type. It comes with a V polarity on it, which is really useful simply because, what is the best way to put this? I'm hoping it's just a case of prime pressure point. Boom. It takes up 7 points, so in theory, putting slice and feathers in, once that is obviously maxed, it should give you 10 points. Even if you are mastery rank 0, which is physically impossible, you would have to be 10 to get the weapon. This should then come, even unranked, have 10 points to it, because points unranked depends upon your mastery level. But even unranked, if you have the stance and you put it in there, then that can go straight in, and it does make a huge difference for leveling it. That is what I mean by this thing could be good. Melees with V polarities tend to be pretty decent weapons. And to be fair, was honestly kind of impressed and disappointed with this weapon all at the same time. Using the 4 dual stat mods, this will only go up to a 95.2% status chance. So, Condition Overload, Weeping Wounds, those 4 mods, Body Count, Prime Pressure Point. It doesn't really need any formers after that, though a V. Swap out the dual stat mods for some of the higher ones will obviously give it more damage, so instead of it being plus 60% damage, it'll be plus 90 per elemental one. Those will require 2 dashes, possibly a 3rd as well, so very easy to spend 4 former on this, but it's not a glaive based weapon. The fans can't be thrown, which was, I honestly want to say, a huge surprise, because every time I'd seen these, I thought, oh, it's a fan, and you're going to be able to use it like a glaive, and you're going to be able to throw the weapon, and it will eventually come back, and no. It's a melee weapon. To be fair, its idle animation is probably the best part of this, because there's like a little fan dance with it. Past that, this is basically just another weapon. The attack speed has to be its saving point. If it was any slower, these things would actually kind of sucked, because it's total damage is 50, and 40 of that is, well, pure slash damage. So it's definitely a very, very weird weapon with 40 slash, 6 puncture, and 4 impact. It lands it in a zone of, well, this is the first of a new weapon type, so they will probably have left a little bit of room to build more powerful ones in the future, maybe worse ones as well, but the worse ones could obviously have more crit, which makes them slightly better. Time will tell where they go with this weapon type. For a new weapon type, however, the stance was amazing, the idle animations were really good, and all in all, it wasn't that bad of a weapon. Its high status chance and its high attack speed definitely saved this thing. It's just a bit of a shame to me, personally, it wasn't a glaive. There wasn't one of the options to be able to throw it in one of the stances. Which, again, it's just kind of a shame. I was really hoping you could throw them. There are melee weapons you can't throw that in the combo you can actually throw them. The shields, sword and shield, you can throw the shield on some of the stances. it's the same with some of the sides. You can actually, you kind of dig it into the floor and then kick it, and it kind of has a bit more range to it. The range on these, however, wasn't actually that bad. I found not using prime reach was just as good as actually using it. Putting it in there didn't seem to increase the range that much. It obviously does increase the range, it's just its base range was just good enough that you didn't need to add range mods to it, which is where this thing could have fallen a lot. To be fair, I think I'll leave this thing equipped for a little bit because it's actually nice having a different weapon type. Because it has the decent attack speed with the decent status chance, and it is a fairly decent weapon. It's got a nice stance to it, and I think I'm just going to leave it on because it is a new weapon and just play with it over time. Condition overload on high status chance weapons, definitely the way to go with this thing. It did make it way better. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.